We are broadcasting live from Career Fair at BCIT. Earlier on, we were talking about the trades program, specifically women getting into the trades. It's still only making 3 to 4% of that sector of the workforce. We're going to switch gears now, though, and talk about the BCIT Ecological Restoration Program. And joining us at our table here at Career Fair is Dave Harper. He's an assistant instructor with that program. Dave, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And Julie Porter is here, a student in the BCIT Ecological Restoration Program. Julie, thanks as well for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, so Dave, start off. Tell us, what does this program do?
We're looking for the next stewards of the environment to take care of some of the deficiencies that we're seeing on a regular basis out there. So we're putting the students through a pretty intense program, high-level program as well. It basically piggybacks off of another program that we have here, a diploma program, the Fish and Wildlife program. The ER program is the year 3 and year 4, come out with a degree from that. And it's a little bit hands-on, a little bit difficult courses. It's not an easy course. It's very intense. But we've got some wonderful instructors. We have 3 doctors that are teaching, and we also just got a few new ones as well. The program just came out in 2009, and it's continuing to adapt and evolve. And Julie might be able to tell you a little bit more about some of the courses that she's taking and some of the training that she's getting.
What drew you to the program, Julie?
Well, originally when I graduated high school back in 1996, I took the fish recreation diploma program. And when I was looking to maybe get further skills, I actually just went on the internet and discovered that they were offering a degree program along the same lines. And so I thought, this is great. I loved BCIT the first time. I'm going to come back a second time and see what happens. And it's the best thing I think I've done.
Now, Dave, you said it's sometimes hands-on. So do you go out in the field thinking of the spill in Burnaby in 2007? Do you go into the areas where we've seen harm done or we've seen something that needs to be cleaned up and restored?
Absolutely. When you talk about that spill, it's very funny that you bring that up. But that spill, resulting from that, there was a pot of money through Creative Sentencing. The Habitat Conservation Trust Fund got $450,000. Students from the ER program wrote restoration, applied research, through their applied research project, they wrote restoration plans for estuaries in Burrard Inlet based on the need for it. They applied to HCTF, and some of them got seed funding, and has basically spawned a whole series of estuary restoration projects all across the North Shore. McKay, Mosquito, Seymour, Lynn Creek, all from student projects have now created. I encourage the listeners to go and check out McKay Creek. That was done last summer. This summer will be Seymour and Mosquito, and the following summer will be Lynn Creek. So from students, we're creating these environmental initiatives to go out and actually do work, put their expertise and their training in motion.
So does a student get extra credit then if he or she comes up with a project proposal that in turn gets funding?
No, because they'll be graduated at that point. Okay. So it's in the final year of their program. They do an applied research project. So they go out, they identify either a stressor in the environment, or they identify a proponent, and then they put together a restoration plan. And that's looking at where we're at now, where we want it to be, and the change from where we're at to where we want it to be becomes a restoration plan. And they go out and consult with stakeholders. They do significant monitoring plans so we can gauge the effectiveness of it. And it's a stepping stone for them to move from BCIT, from classroom learning, from hands-on learning into the workforce.
Julie, you mentioned you liked your time here first and you came back. So what do you hope to do as far as what do you want your career title to be when you finish this program?
Very interesting question. Each of us in the program, we all have a tendency to pick something that we favor. For me personally, it's actually fish and water systems. Mm-hmm. So, and hopefully I will, when I graduate, become a steward of water systems and rivers and estuaries and wetlands, as I believe that's a really important factor in the development of the Lower Mainland and for our future. So Water Goddess would be a good title.
I look forward to seeing that business card that says Water Goddess on it. But is it government jobs working with the Environment Ministry or working with DFO, or are there other companies? Is there a particular area that students are drawn to after they graduate?
Not one in particular. Government definitely is an option. Both municipal, provincial, federally, there's opportunities, and also in the private industry. We're seeing a real push for that nowadays with the need, the sort of direction of governments moving away from that. So it now falls to the private sector. And so having a real, if you look at the consulting companies in the Lower Mainland area, very strong. They're very capable and competent, and they're leading the charge, and we're looking to plug our students into jobs with those companies.
All right. Julie, I have to ask, what did you do before? Did you take another program here before and then went out and then came back to this one?
Yes, so many years ago when I graduated with the diploma, I went out and I worked for a consulting company, doing monitoring fishing vessels. And from that, I stalled a little bit. I felt like, I need to get more skills because I would like to have a further career and be more involved in maybe planning and restoration. So I did work in the field for quite a while, and I did have a career change. And then I came back. So I thought, you know what? I strayed from my passion. I need to get back to it. And so that is a prime reason why I did come back, is because I'll always love the environment, and this is the perfect program to get the skills to work in the environment.
Well, and that's an important message, too, because I think a lot of people do get swept up in that they've gone to school, they're working, you're making a pretty good wage or enough to have a comfortable life. But if you're not happy, it takes a lot to give all of that up and go back to school and figure out something else and use the word passion to follow your passion and what you're doing.
And that's exactly what I did. I had a good career for 10 years, but I wasn't the happiest I knew I could be because I felt like something was missing. And, I took a risk coming back to BCIT in this program, but like I said before, it was the best move I made because I'm back connected to my passion. And I feel like the skills that we're learning here, I can make a difference. And I think that's really, really important.
Do you find that? Is it people coming out of high school that are interested in the program, or is it more people who are a bit maybe have tried things out and then are coming and thinking, okay, this might be the good step?
Well, it's definitely changed over the years. Like myself, I'm a graduate of the Fish, Wildlife, and Recreation program as well. Worked for 10 years and then came back into this role now. But back then, sort of a diploma was enough to get you the job that you were looking for. And sort of today now, it's the degree is the old diploma. So people are constantly coming back. Right straight out of high school, I wouldn't say you can't directly go into the ER program. You already need to have certain qualifications. Fish and Wildlife is the stepping stone to get into the ecological restoration program. But when we had the big info session here a few weeks back, the level of environmental knowledge of high school students has increased immensely over the years. And we feel that this programming is growing every year. It's continuing to grow, and we're just continuing to evolve to adapt to the changing.
So when people are out, and you mentioned McKay Creek, but when people see those creeks and they see the signs about restoration projects and stuff, is that you guys?
Not all of them, but we're the Rivers Institute here. We're really looking to become a lot more active in restoration, and not just at Gishon Creek on campus here, but getting involved in lots of different projects in a multitude of different disciplines. We're not just looking at aquatics. We're not just looking at terrestrial. We're looking at everything. All
right, Julie, when are you going to have the business card that says Water Goddess on it?
Give me 6 months. I graduate in April. 6 months, I'll send you a business card with Water Goddess on it.
All right. Were you able to work while going to school, or did you decide, no, I'll stop doing that and I'll focus on school?
I chose not to work because I also have a son. Mm-hmm. And so I figured the best thing for me to do as a mother would be able to focus on school and being a parent. For me personally, I think having a job, it would have distracted me too much. BCIT is really intense. And so I was very lucky that I was able to do that with support from my family.
All right. We're out of time, and good thing, because on that note of children, Dave, you have to go because you're having one.
Pretty quick.
Dave has been sitting here the whole time while his wife, we believe, has gone into labor. So off you go and figure that out and deal with that. But I thank both of you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's Dave Harper, an assistant instructor with the BCIT Ecological Restoration Program, and Julie Porter, a student in that program. We'll take a short break. Your news to 1.